Day 1 of my golf trip to Turkey hosted by Par 5 Escapes. Boarding the bus here to go to the airport. Quick 10-minute ride from the car park and we are at London Luton Airport and we are boarding the 12:40 flight to Antalya. As always, being tall and being stuck on a plane means I do not fit in between the seats, which is amazing considering how private and high-end I'm flying today. Here's some views from the journey on the way, flying over I don't even know where, and then we've finally arrived at the airport. As always, you have to go hunting for the oversized baggage to find where your golf clubs are going to get dropped off and then pray they're going to come in one piece, which luckily mine did. From there, we were met by a lovely taxi driver who led us across the entire airport to try and find our car to get a lift to the hotel. This is my first ever trip to Turkey, first time getting a look outside, and we're staying at the Titanic Deluxe Golf Belek, which to be honest looks like an unbelievable hotel. Straight away from the off, it looked really nice. Quite late by now, getting hungry, so it's just a quick stop off at the room, have a little look around, and then we're going to go and get some food. So here's the bathroom, again, really nice, really fancy, very, very impressed. The bedroom, pretty big considering it's just me in here, and the views from the hotel room of the balcony look really good. There's like 10 swimming pools, I swear, just looking at this one balcony. I'm really interested to see what it's going to look like in daylight tomorrow. After that, the hunt for food begins. This is an all-inclusive resort, so I treated myself to a cheeseburger and chips like the true athlete I am. Before then, bedtime, ready for an early start tomorrow. Day 2 of my Turkey golf trip, courtesy of Par 5 Escapes. Started the day with a nice little walk around the pool before going for breakfast. There was an insane amount of breakfast options at this hotel. It was the most I've ever seen, but I did go for yogurt and an apple to start the day with. After that, grab the clubs, check out, head to the first golf course of the day, which was Sueno Golf Course. And yes, I know I've probably absolutely butchered the pronunciation of that one there. Cheeky little warm-up session on the range. Love hitting off a nice grass range on a warm day. Honestly, don't think there is a better feeling. Special shout out to possibly the best putting green I've ever seen. Look at the undulations on that bad boy. Dialed in the speed a little bit before then heading out to play 9 holes on the golf course. I was lucky enough to play with a nice little group today, James Robinson, and then myself, alongside Giorgio, who works for Par 5 Escapes, and then Louis, who also works for Par 5 Escapes. Made up a lovely little 4-ball there for the morning. Then, once the golf was over, we headed off to get some lunch, with a lovely little view from the golf course overlooking the holes we've just played. After that, the next shuttle bus came to pick us up, headed to the next golf course of the day. This one is the Cullinan Golf Club, which is right on the sea. Some absolutely lovely views around this place. Golf course itself is quite wide open, but the views were amazing. This time we mixed up the groups a little bit, so it was myself, Louis, Kareem, and then Mark Brenner, who some of you guys might know from here on TikTok. How good is this tee shot, by the way? And no, I don't literally mean the shot I hit, I mean that hole. Final approach of the day, also lovely little shot over the water, before once again convening at the bar opposite the clubhouse just to have a little drink before we headed back to the hotel. So we're into a new hotel tonight. This is me just checking out the room for the first time. They always have fancy bathrooms in these places, and the view from the balcony was to die for. This was a nice little touch on the TV. Here's that balcony view I was talking about. On the way down to dinner, walked by some nice live music. And then it was Far East cuisine on the table tonight. I went for sweet and sour chicken. Honestly, it was one of the best sweet and sour chickens I've ever had. Enjoying yourself there, James. Day 3 of my golf trip to Turkey, courtesy of Par 5 Escapes. Breakfast, and then we grabbed the clubs and we were straight to the golf course. Today's going to be a really busy day. I arrived a little bit early because I wanted to go and do some practice before we played, and this golf course looks so tight. Now the practice area is awesome. There's 2 big chipping greens and a massive putting green, and also a great driving range. So I started off just by doing some short game work. Nothing super deep, just hitting a few different shots around the green to get some feel. After that, it was time to head to the driving range, get myself some golf balls. This is one of those driving ranges that's super sandy. Honestly, I think they're the best type of ranges for working your ball striking, because if you fat it off this sandy turf, you are gonna know about it. So I managed to get maybe an hour-long practice session in before we actually went and played golf, which was really nice because most of this trip has just been non-stop playing, which is great fun, but not always the best for your golf game. This golf course was actually sneakily good. Cornelia Prince's, at least I think it was the Prince's. It was the 9 holes that stands on its own. I was pretty impressed with it. And then we headed to the next golf course of the day. This was a fun one because I did seem to make a little friend along the way. Don't know where she came from, but she was following me around for a while. Then we played the Sultan PGA course, which again, I'm not sure which I preferred, this or the Cornelia back 9. Both of them were really nice, better than the course we played yesterday, I'd say. Especially like this finishing hole over the water. Now for probably what's going to be the highlight of the week, we headed off from there and headed straight to Regnum Carrier for night golf. For those of you that don't know, night golf is when they floodlight the entire golf course and you can play golf at night. It's a really cool experience, definitely something you should experience at some point in your golfing life. We had a really good game because we were getting hammered until my playing partner Georgia started stiffing it on par 3s to help us have a little bit of a comeback. I thought it was going to get embarrassing at one point, but we actually only lost 2 and 1 in the end. finally time to go home and go to bed. Day 4 of my Turkey golf trip, hosted by Par 5 Escapes. Starting off the day at Gloria Golf Club on the back 9 of the new course. We got there so late we had to go straight to the tee with no warm-up. And I think this has got to be my favourite golf course I've played here in Turkey. This place was unbelievable. I absolutely loved the layout. And I had a great time of playing partners. Me and Mark Brenner taking on James Robinson and Kareem Smith. And me and James had a right battle at the end to end up finishing in a half, but I birdied 3 of the last 4 holes to try and take it to him. After that, we grabbed some lunch and then we got ready to head over to the next golf course of the day, which was Kaya Palazzo Golf Club, which is one I actually haven't heard of before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I was very pleasantly surprised. There's some lovely par 3s and this was my shot of the week. Get ready for the reactions. Inches from a hole-in-one. As you can imagine, because I played really well at this golf course, I came away thinking I really enjoyed it. After this, we were treated to dinner at the steakhouse, which is attached to Cullen Restaurant. Oh my god, what a dinner this was. They literally laid out everything for us. It's one of those places where you start to think, oh, my drink's getting empty, and before you know it, they filled it up before you've even mentioned anything. And my Dallas steak was unbelievable, and look at the desserts. Well worth checking this place out. Golf club. Kareem the dog whisperer. He's really standoffish, isn't he?